Rocket into the future with
Hello everybody, and welcome to Halkhan does FTB Horizon's Daybreaker, episode 7. Yeah! So I've been having a lot of fun with this pack. It's just been a blast. I've learned a ton of new stuff. I've delved into some things that I never considered trying before. And I've got to use my brain, which I really like. That's one of the things I like the most about modded Minecraft, is figuring out how to do stuff, to learn new stuff, and make odd combinations work. We haven't played a lot along the lines of the odd combinations yet, because we're still trying to learn the base mod packs. However, we've got a lot in store for you coming up. So hopefully, you'll enjoy the show. And, well, let's see if we can't, I don't know, make some nuclear power. Yeah, there you go. Nuclear power. Alrighty then. Until later. Later, peeps. Okay, we're back. So we're going to take a little walk away from the base, because I think I'm going to blow something up. And this looks like a good spot. I'll put this down. Alright, so here's my pattern, except these are going to be the other kind of ingots. I mean, yeah, this is going to be the other kind of ingots, so put those there, those there. Those are on the bottom. Let me see real quick, I forget. No, that's what I wanted to know. How to greet you. Come on. There we go. Alright. So, okay, I'm nervous as hell, dudes. Alright. Here we go. It's gonna blow up. I can't do it fast enough. Ah, yep. I think I need to grab 2 more iron ingots. I had it in there. It still wouldn't let me pull it out. I wonder what's up with that. I didn't make a mistake. It must have gone too far, I guess. I don't know. I had that problem in Infinity. I tried to craft one, and I couldn't get it to work. I actually had to switch to a different pair of wings, and I crafted it without an issue. Alright, let's go back out there. I should have drained my experience before I died. And let's see if that actually does any block damage. Because if it doesn't do any block damage, then I can just... It doesn't do any block damage. Alright. Oh, I had my belt on. Heh. Forgot about that. I better hide that kind of suck. Because I really want a flight item. Okay. Here and here. Move. Got it. Whew. That was close. I messed up too. I thought I was going to blow up again. I was going to keep recording, and however many times I died, that was going to be what it was. Yes, and that's a ring, so I'll put it there. Ah, flight. And it's quick flight, too. I can retire my jetpack. Woohoo! Okay, I feel much better. Much better. Alright. Check me out. I got wings! I can fly. So, I hope you enjoyed that little fiasco. And we're back. Alright, this is what we're doing. I have been working on trying to tighten up this area, making it more structured. I wanted to build my chemical processing plant and my reactor, so I'm going to do that here. This is going to be my chemical processing plant. Then I think I'm going to put the reactor on the roof of this building. It's done. Back here I'm going to have an industrial pool for drawing water in to the system wherever it is needed. And that's pretty much what I've done there. Let's see. I've also straightened out this a lot out here. Fixed up the waterfront a bit. Built this here. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to do, but that's what I got right now. What else we got? What else did we do? Oh, I changed my doors. Got these cool doors. Yeah. They have player detectors over them. Check that out. That's so cool. Oh, I also work downstairs. I'm lost. Right here. There it is. So, oh. That's a player detector right there. My melee's doors. So, I made this huge and did some work on it, and this is my beer keg. That's right. I have beer. Well, it's empty, but I have a beer keg. And I could put beer in it. And this is my potion room. It just started. I had to work on some potions. And that's the water supply for the potion room. And here's my power supply, underground power supply here. And look at that. Magnum torch. That's why I needed the potions. And this is an area work in progress. And I'm going to finish putting plants on these. So when these are filled up, I'm not going to be adding any more plants. I'm not even picking the berries as it is yet, but one day maybe. So if you walk over that, it closes it for you. That's it. That's what I got. Got my storage thing done. I think I showed you that already. A bunch of extra chemical chests. Got some blue ones, green ones. So that's what I'm working on. And we're back, everybody. We're building a reactor. Mekanism Reactor, to be specific. So let me kind of give you an idea of what we're doing here, because I really don't know what I'm doing. So we're underground here. On the other side of this wall is water. It's a little pond I put together to pull water in for my build. This is the building. It's a factory. It will be when I'm done with it. So these are 2 salination tanks. Let me go back outside here and show you what we got going on. These things take a lot of resources, but I've got a pair of them. I've got them currently at 10 high. If I need to expand them, I can actually make them go down. But yes, we're pumping water from here into this salination plant, and it's creating brine, and it's going to send it over here, and it's going to create from the brine, it's going to create lithium, I believe. And then that's about as far as I've gotten so far. This is advanced pipe going across to this chamber. I'm sending down a basic mechanical pipe to feed my factory where I process ores. So this is unfinished. It'll be finished by the time I'm done. But essentially it just pops up in there and goes into where I was dropping my brine before. And I took out the other salination plant to conserve resources. I think I can do it all from one. We'll find out. I'll pump it up and do what I have to try to get it to fit. But what I'm doing now is I'm really just digging out dirt down here and expanding this so it's a 2-level factory. And I feel kind of cramped for space with this roof at this height. So I'm thinking about just leaving 1 block between the floor upstairs and down here. Yeah, I like having the space. It feels a little less cramped. Although the cramped look really kind of makes it feel more like a sub-basement in a factory. So I'm playing around with that. We'll see. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I get more completed. Then when I'm done with it all, I'll just kind of go through an explanation if I can make it work on how to make these reactors and Mekanism work. Until then, I will be back later. And we're back. And we're taking a little break working on our reactor to watch Zero doing a Wither boss fight. And So we're going to record this. Oh, there it goes. He needs a block in the door. That's good enough. Oh, the damage is done. Now you need to get it. You need to throw a block. Oh, I wouldn't go in there. That's insane. Put a timer. There we go. Yeah, he does. Every time he gives you a division sigil, another star, and I think it's like a sulfur or something stupid. Do I have any of those? Yes, I do. See, he can actually affect outside. So, we got to take a look at that. And while we're waiting, that glass works well. I'll take you over here and show you what we're doing. We have really went down the rabbit hole on this one. So I'm working on something in this corner to make pellets that I need to make another item. So these aren't actually going to be involved in running the reactor. But since I've got like most of everything I need over here, I figured I'd just throw this in here. What I have to do, I believe, is throw biofuel in this PRC, which is a processing reaction chamber. Yes. And it makes these substrates. Then I gotta use the substrates to make another device. I'm gonna put the substrates in another one of these with a different configuration of gases and liquids to create pellets that I need. Let's see if I can get the recipes here. Okay, so I've got to get liquid ethene and oxygen, okay, into another one to make these pellets. These pellets are used to make this HDPE sheet. Those are used to make, but what we're looking for is right there. We got to make 4 of these solar neutron activators. So that's what we're trying to do. So, rabbit hole it is. I will come back when I've got the solar thingies that I just showed you done. Until then, later. Okay, we're back again. And we've made some progress. And when I was talking about a rabbit hole, I was not kidding. My God, this is really, really, really a rabbit hole. So let me give you a quick look around and see what we've got done. I've spent hours on this. Maybe 6. Yeah. So the last thing I'm working on is creating lithium dust to make an induction cell. I'm building a 5x5 induction unit. My energy storage. That's the base level one. That induction material is going to go inside here. So it is going to be 3x3 on the inside, and the outside is 5x5. That's a lot of materials. So up top, alright, so we have these working, and we have this blue stuff, which I forget what it's called. Oh, I'll tell you in a second. It's tritium, and we have deuterium coming in the other side to make DT fuel, which is being pumped into this reactor, which is built now. So you got a nice little glass and everything. And then we have the output here going down to the energy storage unit, and this is not completely ready yet. I mean, it's working, but we're not ready to shoot it off. What I have over here is I have a laser amplifier charging. I believe I have to get somewhere over 450 million stored power in order to be able to set off the reaction. I need to get that going. And this laser is charging it, which is running off of my power in my base, which really doesn't amount to much. So going back inside, I'll go through all this more in detail later. Kind of an overview, an explanation of how to do it in case anybody wants to try to do this. Things I've been having problems with. The pumps from Mekanism, unless you put it over a water source, it will suck all the water out of a lake or pond. So I figured out a way around it, and I have a system set up back there that's working, so my heavy water is staying full. Down below, oh, this is down below, sorry. Okay, all of these machines up to this solar evaporation plant, all of these machines are auxiliary machines that don't actually do anything directly for the reactor. Indirectly, yes. I've had to use these to make specific things like these HDPE pellets. And this I hooked up because I have spare hydrogen laying around, sort of, because I'm not using them anymore. So I hooked up a gas burning generator. And it is helping to supply power, I think, to power grid. It's kind of a mess back there. I might clean it up, but it actually looks kind of cool. Right, what else we got going on? And we're back, and I'm trying out a new resource pack. But looky here, we got a reaction going in our reactor. That is pretty cool, but unfortunately, I'm also losing power. Can't get enough fuel in it. So, we are producing what are we producing? We're creating 1.11 megajoules. Looks like there's no fuel in it. It's burning it faster than I can create it. Oh, it's going back up. Good. Okay, so I put some speed upgrades in this thing. And so far it's keeping up. That's a good thing. So it looks like it's going up. It does. The heat casing is going up. Now, I'd like to know what it looks like down here. Okay, this is supposed to be storing power. There you go. It's almost full. Well, that filled up quick. So it's not a complete, what is this thing called? Induction setup. I only have 7 gigajoules available in there. But now what I can do, what is your output? Up to 128 kilojoules. So let me get some. Basically going to put that back into the power network now if I can. Let's see. Basic universal cable. I don't think you can blow stuff up, but we're about to find out. So if I pull you out and I put you back into the network, that should help everything run better. I make you go output. Let's see. Let's try the tool. It's set to output. Hey, that's how you do it. I was right. So now it's putting out... Okay. It's putting out 5K. Sweet. Back into the power network. Hey. Alright, so there you have it. I don't know if I like this pack. I'm going to play with this pack for a while, this resource pack. I'm getting frustrated that some of the blocks that I've been using do not look like I like them to. So I wanted to try a different resource pack and see. Unfortunately, this one created some blocks, made some changes that I don't know if I like. So there you have it. Let's see if this thing is still keeping up. Oh, we're running out of deuterium. That's because it needs to be daylight. Okay, well, let me mess with this a little bit, and I'll be back. Later, peeps. Alright, everybody, we're back. I wanted to take some time to explain how these things work, at least my understanding of them, and I did get it to actually make power. So, first thing you're going to need before you start is a water source. And you can use the Mekanism pumps. They're kind of a pain to use, but in order to be able to create heavy water, you don't have a choice. I am using this extra utilities item in order to pull water in to make brine. And I have to use the Mekanism pumps in order to make heavy water, because you have to have special filters in the pumps to do that. So this is where you start. You have to have a water source. Okay, you need a water source for this tower, your first tower, which makes brine, and then you're going to need a second tower to put your brine in. Okay, these are salination plants. Okay, brine in here, and then once you put it in the second one with the brine, it will make lithium. Then you take the lithium, which is a liquid, and you convert it into a gas. Okay, that's the first step. And then you use the rotary condensator to do that. And then that's going to provide part of your fuel going up into these solar neutron activators. The solar neutron activators will turn this into tritium. Tritium is one of your primary sources of fuel for your reactor. Now, I have taken mine and turned it around, and I'm going to run my tritium over here and put it into, do I have it on me? Yes, a bedrockium drum. But before I can do that, I'm going to have to turn it back into a liquid, because I can't put gas in a bedrockium drum. So I'm going to send the gas over here, have it converted to liquid, fill up the bedrockium drum, and then have it come back this way, turn it into a gas, and then run it into my chemical infuser. That takes care of 1/2 of the fuel you need in order to power or fuel your reactor. Now, I'm running 5. I tried 4 and I was running out of tritium. I tried 5 and I was still having the same problem. That's why I'm going to do the bedrockium drum. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how many I would have to run or what I would need to change in order to make it so I have an endless supply. But I don't really need an endless supply because it creates so much power. I just have to have a big enough battery that I can run it like once a day for 10 or 15 minutes, and it will power that battery that will last me the entire day to the next day with some left over. So that's my goal. That's how I'm going to play this anyhow. So we've taken care of one side. What about the other side? What is this red stuff? Red stuff is deuterium. Well, how do we get deuterium? So we come back down. Looks like we got out further. Deuterium is produced by the heavy water coming into a basic pressurized, electrolytic separator. Heavy water is split into, can I do this? It's not going to make anything. Okay. It makes deuterium and I believe oxygen. All right, so I believe this is oxygen. And that's where you get the deuterium from. Heavy water comes in, it gets separated, and then the oxygen I haven't found another use for, so I just have it capped off and I have it dumping just completely. Okay, so that's how you get the deuterium. The deuterium goes in the other side of your chemical infuser to make the DT fuel. Now I've watched a video where someone had multiple inputs for DT fuel, and they had, you could pump these individually, the deuterium and the tritium directly into the reactor, and it will mix just fine in here. This would be your deuterium, this would be your tritium, and it can actually mix in here, or you can just send it through one. Well, I'm not having a problem getting the deuterium into the system. I'm having a, not the deuterium, the DT fuel. I'm having a problem keeping up with the tritium. So there you go. And that is essentially all you need to make this operation work. Now the reactor, this is the basic structure. I'm not sure if there are others. You're going to need an input and an output minimum to take advantage of it. One of the problems I had was this laser focus matrix. You have to build one of these. Otherwise, when you shoot your laser, when you turn it on, it will blow a hole through your reactor, which I did twice until I figured out that there was a piece of glass that I needed to use that was special. So once I made that, I didn't have that problem anymore. So you have to have at least one of these. You have to have two inputs. The glass is nice, and you have to have a controller. Okay? And then to get things started, you're going to need to make a hull room, which I showed you in an earlier video, in order to kickstart it. That's like how it's going to get kick-started. Okay, what else do you need? This structure, it's a cross 5x5 with the corners filled in on every edge. So it has 6 sides, and that's what you do. A 5x5 cross, and you leave out the 3 corners on each side, and it just kind of figures, it plays out, and that's how it works. The laser. Now, I have this one has been charging for a long time. I actually took power off of it. It was charging for like 2 days because I have been doing other things and I haven't been playing for 2 days. So I can't tell you the exact number you need. The video that I watched, they weren't using gigajoules. They were using another energy type. I'm using gigajoules. I went to 450 million, which was a little bit down here where this first mark is, between the first and second mark. That's not quite enough. You need to be almost halfway. If you're closer to the halfway mark of this fuel gauge or power gauge, you're closer to what you're going to need in order to trigger this. I can't give you an exact measurement. And it takes a very long time for my base and my current power outage with one laser to charge this laser amplifier up. You could potentially run multiple laser amplifiers and multiple lasers to get things to charge faster. However, I don't have the resources in power output. I can make the lasers, I just can't put any more power through. I'd have to go through and develop another power grid, or another way to develop power to do that, and I just wasn't really willing to do that. I'd rather just let it charge for a day and a half. Well, at least for now. Later on I might change my mind, because sometimes I can be impatient. That, and you have to make sure that you put a lever or a redstone signal on it to keep it off. All right. So if I flip the switch, it'll go over there, it'll kick off, and it will burn through the fuel and create power. It works really well. It charges really fast, makes a lot of power. That is how it works. Now, if you have any questions specifically about what I did, or if you're having any issues, comments area below. If you leave questions, I check my stuff pretty much daily. I'll get back to you and see if there's some way I can help you. Let's see. That's about it for how to do the reactor. I think I covered pretty much everything in what you need. This other project here, I'm going to be moving my storage over here, and this is going to be a tall, deep building with, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 height in each of my storage containers, and I'm going to individualize a lot of them, and I think I'm still going to keep these over here. I'm going to change what's being stored in these storage modules. And this will be for quick access, and then overflow will flow to this building. It's time to get serious with storage. And I also want to work on wireless. I haven't played around with it yet. I know it's in the pack, so that's going to be one of the next projects I take on once I get this here all finalized and working. And I'm slowly going to be converting my base I'm going to be changing some of the stones. I've already changed out the wood on top. I've used a darker color wood on top instead of this lighter color wood. That's what this texture pack did. I also changed my bridges. I like these bridges, they're kind of cool. And I'm going to come up with another power system add-on addition to help power the base, so I don't have to rely on this until I can get this fixed. So I got a couple things I need to work on. At any rate, we'll be back when we have more stuff to show you. Later, peeps. Welcome back, peeps. Guess what? We're out of time. Again. That's right. So I'm not sure how much you've seen, because it's been a while since I've recorded. However, let's just take you ground for a quick review and see where we are. Let's see here. Boing. Alright, I mentioned that I was going to be replacing blocks on my base. I have started the process. I like these blocks, but when I put them on the carpenter blocks, they are different. You can see through them. So I'm not sure how I like that yet. It's still a work in progress. I've started adding some detail to my plant. Check that out. Got some iron going on, and I got the caution, like industrial construction stuff going on. I finished my bedrockium drum. Check that out. It's up to 1.06 million MBs. What is that? Micro buckets? Or something like that. And my building that I was working on for storage. I have this gaudy looking roof. I'm playing around with the carpenter blocks to try to see if I could make it look interesting. It looks interesting, alright. What the heck is that? I don't know. So I'm probably going to rip that down. But check this out. I'm like I said, time to get serious with storage. So I don't even know how many I have in here. I have just been making them in groups of like 20 or 30 and then plopping them down. And, well, yeah. So they fall down. Oh, it's not going to fall there because that's glass. So, yes, and I realized after I built it that, hey, you can't actually open the top. That's okay, I got flight. The only people that should be going up in here are going to be people with flight. And the only people that play on here are my family. And my kids don't need to have access to all this stuff. Zero is not included in that because he can have access to whatever he wants because he's just cool that way. And so there you go. So we're out of time. I just want to give you a quick peek where we are. And that gaudy looking roof, I don't know. In the comments section, if you like the roof, say, hey, that roof doesn't look so bad. Otherwise, say, man, that roof needs to go, dude. And I don't know. It's not like I get many comments. You realize that, right? Because people don't really, click on the like button. Like, click, click, click. Click, click. Oh, what am I breaking? Did I break something? Oh my god, I broke something. I didn't break anything. I'm just getting free experience because I'm awesome. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We start working on another episode, and I have completely caught up with all my footage. And I did break something, but don't tell anybody. So, there you go. Until next time, feel free to share and favorite, and I'll see you on the next time around. Later, peeps!